Hello everyone, how are you? Good to see you again. This is Kay and today is the 3rd of August on Sunday and I'm here to do the weekly forecast. So I cover the Forex pairs and gold and US index and Nifty 50 and Bitcoin. Alright, so welcome to live stream. I'm here in Dubai. It's getting very hot. It was like 45 degrees here. Very humid also. But hopefully you're doing well today. Okay, and today I put one question in a comment. That is, which market is your focus this week? Which market are you focusing this week is my question. So if you see something interesting, please let me know on the chat. Then I'm more than happy to cover these ones. But for now, let me cover a few Forex pairs. So I switch screen to trading view. Let me today get into topics right away. So let me unflag all the symbols. And so it looks like due to NFP, non-farm payrolls last Friday, we had the USD to be sold and JPY to be bought, and the market moved very much. Like this, Euro CAD also became so bullish on Friday. It was all due to NFP. So because of this, the markets are becoming very choppy and the trend did not really continue. So looks like we are having now a bit tricky market. Like for example, this one, pound USD. Let me start to cover this one first. I was downtrend biased. So I was looking for selling opportunity last week. Again, this is daily time frame. There was a double top and the neckline breakout. So it was bearish. And I was waiting for the breakout of the support, 1.3139. But at the news, the market was bought. And the market actually closed with a bullish bar. So for now, it's still bearish to me. Kumo is down. Kijun Sen, Tenkan Sen both down. Chikou span below the candles. In this momentum, sellers are dominant over buyers. So I look for selling opportunity continuously. However, because of the bullish bar on Friday, the market may range after this. So when the market opens Monday, then it becomes maybe small bar bearish, and then bullish or doji on Tuesday, and bearish again and bullish. So I think the market ranges for a few days until it breaks bearish. But if the market went down on Friday at the news, then I would say the trend continues bearish this week from Monday. And maybe throughout next week, the market will be bearish. So every time the news happens, if the market goes against the major direction or the breakout direction, then that's when we see range after this. And you can see these examples like many times. So yeah, pound USD is still bearish to me, but this is not the perfect time to sell. I wait for maybe a few days until I see the downtrend momentum in, let's say, 1 hour or 30-minute time frames, then enter trade by the 5-minute time frame, like I usually do. Pound USD, however, is bearish, again, because of the Chikou span being below the candlesticks. And now Chikou span is within the Kumo. And when Chikou span gets out of the Kumo, out of Kumo means the Chikou span breakout of the Senkou span B, this is when the market becomes downtrend in super long term, and most likely the trend continues bearish. So if you're using TradingView, you can right click on Ichimoku, one of the Ichimoku lines. For example, you right click on the Chikou span and add alert on Chikou and add alert on Ichimoku. And you can actually choose, like when Chikou span crosses, when let's say Chikou span crosses the Kumo or Senkou span B, then send the alert. You can do that setting on TradingView, and once it triggers, maybe you can come back and see how it plays out. most likely until Chikou span breaks the Kumo bearish, I think the market continues range. But Chikou span break Kumo is nice, again, because this is downtrend momentum. In this case, I never buy. Even if the market bounced on the previous support, 1.3139, if you buy, then the market may be bullish, few pips, but then soon may be bearish. And not only that, the market will be very choppy on the way up, most likely to Tenkan-sen or Kijun-sen. So I think if you buy this one, then it's going to be a bit too risky. So for this one, I only look for selling opportunities. And again, as I mentioned, the head and the shoulders neckline breakout is significant. So in that sense, the price may retrace if it does to the neckline, which is over here on 1.3359 or the daily Tenkan-sen, then retrace and down this way. So I put the line 1.3359, and now let me jump up to the monthly time frame. Usually I start from the monthly time frame and break it down to the lower time frames, but today only on pound USD, I wanted to explain the daily time frame first. But normally I check from the monthly time frame. And if you look at the monthly time frame, the price is above Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, Chikou span above the Kumo and the candles, so it's bullish momentum. So daily is bearish, but the bullish in the monthly. So retracement or still downtrend, small downtrend may happen in intraday or the daily time frame basis, but overall is bullish from the monthly perspective. So far in the month of August, it has been a bullish bar. And because simply Friday was bullish. But let's see how it plays out on this one. And weekly is now showing it's it broke the Tenkan-sen and it may come down to the weekly Kijun-sen. But for now, again, I focus on the daily support, 1.3139, and see how it plays out. Yeah. So this is tricky, kind of a bit tricky market, because if you depends on which time frame you check, that trend direction is different. Daily is down, but the weekly, monthly is up. So you may think which one to follow. So yeah, for now, it's better to follow higher time frame direction. So buy is the right direction. But if you want to buy on the daily basis, you need to wait for the price to be above the Kumo. And that may be a bit too late. So in that case, you can either take 1 hour or, I would say 1 hour time frame to confirm the bullish trend in Ichimoku. Then look for entry. And if 1 hour become bullish, then daily won't be breaking the Kumo bullish yet, but it's okay. As long as 1 hour is bullish confirmed, then there's a higher chance that the daily Kumo breaks bullish as well towards the monthly and weekly time frame direction. So I do use multiple time frames like this way, and sometimes it may sound confusing, but this is how I analyze the markets and select the best one. So now let me check some other markets. Let me cover pound JPY also. Pound JPY has been a topic in the YouTube. So this is the next one. Okay, so for this one, let me first check the monthly time frame. I hide all the lines. And from the monthly perspective, pound JPY, it's bullish now. The price is above the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen is up, and the Kumo itself has been bullish and up. Chikou span above candles. So buyers are still dominant over sellers. So the price may break still the resistance zone, which is down here, 199.81. Still there's a potential breakout, bullish, sometime in August or September. So with that in mind, if you look at the weekly time frame, the price last week retracement. It broke the Tenkan-sen bearish. So it may come down to Kijun-sen 192.17, weekly Kijun-sen, or it may come down to the weekly Senko span B, which was completely flat. So in this case, this level also works as a support. So it may come down this way and up and breaks the resistance zone. So yeah, that's the pound JPY. So from the weekly perspective, now the market's retracing. It's going down in the short term. So sell can be the right direction on pound JPY. And with that, if you check the daily time frame, as I have been mentioning before, the market has been supported by the Kijun-sen many times. I have mentioned this one for the last few weeks, as well as the ascending trend line, nicely supported, but exactly on the 29th of July, the market closed below the trend line, and that was the sign of the new downtrend. But it didn't close below Kijun-sen. So for these 3 days, last Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the market has been supported by the Kijun-sen, which has been happening for the last few months. We have like multiple times of support by the Kijun-sen, like I mentioned before. So this time, if the market bounces on the Kijun-sen, which happened actually on Thursday, and if it continued, it would have been broken, the resistance breakout, bullish, and continues. However, again, at the NFP, non-farm payrolls in the US on Friday, the market broke the Kijun-sen so hard, and it's now in the Kumo, closed within the Kumo. So for this one, now the market turns range. This is not the bearish sign. When the market breaks the Kumo, it's bearish. But technically, it stopped within the Kumo. So from here, the market may come up again. So yeah, for now, I wait for the next direction. If the market continues down Tuesday, Wednesday, then most likely the market breaks Kumo this week or next week, and the market goes down until 192.17, which is the weekly Kijun-sen. That level is going to be the target for now. Yeah, so let's see. The market, so eventually, I have mentioning that the resistance zone is quite strong between 198.93 and 199.81. That resistance area or zone has been quite strong and looks like it didn't break. So it's a bit unfortunate that it didn't break. Again, if it did break, then I could expect bigger pips to follow and take profits in the month of August. But now it's retracing. So yeah, the real downtrend happens when the market breaks the Senko span B. Then most likely comes down to the weekly Kijun-sen is my strategy. So for now, I monitor if the market bounces on the Kumo and close above the Senko span A, then it may come up to Kijun-sen or Tenkan-sen. So I will be buying the market if that's the case. Okay, so that was the pound JPY. And let me select a few more pairs, maybe two more today. Let me see. USD JPY was the strongest impact among the markets. This is last Friday percent change, and minus 2.22 was the USD JPY, the biggest impact at the NFP. Looks like now it's coming down to Kijun-sen or the trend line. Okay, let me see. USD Swiss franc. Oh yeah, there was a potential breakout downtrend. Pound Swiss franc. Yeah, let me talk about this one. Pound Swiss franc. This pair is bearish still, downtrend. Maybe it's clear to see from Ichimoku viewpoint because the Kumo has been getting thicker and bigger now. And the price is below Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, and Chikou span below the candles. And the market has been resisted by the descending trend line many times. And last week, the descending trend line worked as a resistance. And now it's going down. So there's a higher probability that the market reaches the swing low, which is 1.0607. And we have about 55 or 56 pips of room to trade to the support level, which is not so much. So you can wait for the breakout and sell, or if you know how to manage the risk, then you enter the market before the break. Then once the market breaks, it continues and you follow downtrend. So yeah, pound Swiss franc has been nicely downtrend. This is healthy downtrend still. So yeah, let me now check one more Forex pair and then go to gold. Okay, I have covered lots of pound pairs, so let me cover some other currency, maybe AUD pairs. But AUDs are a bit choppy. Okay, AUD CAD looks interesting. No, AUD JPY looks interesting. Or CAD JPY retraced to the Kijun-sen, Kumo flat. Chikou span is getting closer, so it's becoming range also. CAD Swiss franc has been ranging, no trends. Price has been up and down through the Kijun-sen. And Swiss franc JPY is bouncing on the Kijun-sen and it's bullish still. So let me cover USD CAD. USD. Let me see. AUD JPY. Let me cover AUD JPY as today's another topic. So here is a daily. Let me cover the monthly first. Okay, monthly time frame is completely ranging. The price is ranging below Kijun-sen, and there was a dead cross already, Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen. Kumo is now flat and very thin. It's squeezing Kumo, Chikou span touching. So this is range market situation. So when it's range market, the rule is to simply stay away. You don't want to trade on this one. You simply stay away from the market, and you cannot trade on this one. Chikou span is touching, and Kijun-sen is flat at the moment. So you may think the price reaches Kijun-sen, but in this case it's not because Chikou span touching. This is range, so price can go up and down either direction this week. Okay, and then weekly time frame. Weekly time frame is now ranging as well. The price is again between Chikou span, Kijun-sen, Tenkan-sen are below the candlestick, and the Kumo is above, and the Chikou span touching, so it's ranging. However, daily looks interesting. Daily time frame broke the Kijun-sen bearish after a few bars. And now the price closed below the previous resistances. And because of this, and Chikou span is now getting closer to candles. So to me, it's bearish in the daily time frame. There was also like a double top and neckline breakout last Friday at NFP. So I think the price comes down to Kumo this week. And when it does, the Kumo is very thin over here. So when it's thin Kumo, most likely it breaks and continues down this way. Like previously here in May 8th and 9th and 10th, the market broke the Kumo bullish because the Kumo itself was very thin. So markets has been looking for the thin part of the Kumo, and usually it goes towards that direction and breaks. Then goes up after this or down. But when the Kumo thick, then it doesn't really break. Like these cases, Kumo has been thick here or here, so it didn't break. The market usually resisted by the Kumo, and the market continues towards the opposite direction from the resistance. So yeah, like for example, this area here on the March 27th or early April, the market was getting closer to the think part of the Kumo, and the market closed above the Kijun Sen. So in this case, if the Chikou span comes above the candlesticks, then it would have been broken bullish. Then the market went up this way. So please remember that whenever you see the Ichimoku, market likes to break the thin part of the Kumo. And that's really, really interesting, right? Yeah. So yeah, that's basically the idea for this one. Okay. Yeah. So then this is now AUD JPY. That was my AUD JPY analysis. Okay. So let me now go to gold analysis. Commodity and XAU USD. Okay, from the monthly perspective, that was bullish. Still, the price is up above the Tenkan Sen. Tenkan Sen is bullish, so it's bullish trend. I don't see any retracement signals yet from Ichimoku perspective. Chikou span has been above the candles, so this is buyers are dominant over sellers for sure. And weekly time frames are also bullish. The price is also above. It closes above the Tenkan Sen, and the price is above Kijun Sen Kumo, and Chikou span above candles. So no doubt it's bullish still. And the daily time frame is now range. Last Friday was bullish, but it has been up and down. So now Chikou span is above the candles. So I think this week the market goes towards 34, 37.53 and test this level. If the market doesn't break, then it comes down to Kumo. If breaks, then it goes up to 3500, which is the next round number. So let's see how it plays out. Yeah, for now, in intraday basis, buy is the right direction. Yeah, but it has been ranged. The market ended the bullish trend in April 22nd. And after that, the market marked the low, broke the Kijun Sen on the 15th of May. So here as well, the market broke the Kijun Sen. So seems like the market was heading towards the thin part of the Kumo. However, Chikou span didn't follow. Chikou span didn't close below the candlestick, and the market did not reach the thin part of the Kumo and tested the resistance again. And now it's becoming range like this. So yeah, to me, in intraday, it's bullish in the short term. But in the long term, it's bullish also from the weekly and the monthly perspective. Okay, now let me cover index Nasdaq. Okay, here's Nasdaq. Nasdaq is now quite interesting because this is the daily time frame, and the market closed below the Kijun Sen after a number of months. The market broke the Kijun Sen exactly on the 23rd of April, and now finally the market broke the Kijun Sen. So this is now downtrend sign. Chikou span is above the candles, so when Chikou span closes below the candles, then that's more confirming downtrend. The market heads towards the Kijun, towards the Kumo. But if so, the Kumo is becoming a thick part, so most likely it bounces and up for now, and then see which way the market goes. Yeah, so intraday, I think this week Nasdaq is going to be bearish from this perspective. And finally, BTC USD cryptos. Okay, so Bitcoin as well has been bearish. Now this is daily time frame again. The price broke the Kijun Sen on the 1st of August. And see, this one is also heading towards the thin part of the Kumo. So if it goes down continuously this week, then Chikou span first comes below the candles. And then if the Chikou span, if the candlesticks break the Kumo, then downtrend is going to be accelerated and downtrend continues bearish. But if the Chikou span doesn't cross the bars, then Chikou span I think goes up here and the prices also go up here this way. So whether Chikou span breaks or not on the daily time frame is very important on this BTC USD. So with that in mind, let's monitor together closely on this one this week. So that was my overall analysis among the markets. So I covered Pound USD, Pound JPY, and Pound Swiss franc, and AUD JPY as Forex pairs, and gold, and Nasdaq, and BTC USD. So now let me say hi to everyone. That was my analysis. Let me see if there's any other comments, interesting comments. Let me see. Okay, good to see you again, everyone. I hope you're having a great weekend so far. Let's see. Tomato says no trades this week, just chilling. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Uchiha, thanks for joining. CSM, good to see you too. Welcome here. Daniel, good day, Sensei K. A lot of charts are conflicting bullish day and bearish 4-hour or other way around after the bad NFA figs, right? But looking to maybe sell pound pairs and looking to sell JPY pairs. Okay, yeah, definitely those NFP moved the market so much, high impact. But that means we have some new trends. It's not always negative. Whenever news happens, high impact. That may change the whole market direction. At first, it may be confusing, but towards the end of this week or next week, I think we start to see some new trend directions. So yeah, we will see. As we monitor every day, every week, then we can see which way the market goes. Then when the direction becomes clear, that's when you enter the market. All right, Vinicius, good to see you. Thanks for joining. And Nemanja, good to see you too. Ichimoku Jissen, good to see you too. Thanks for joining as well. Okay, gold seems very interesting, right? Gold is now ranging, but intraday was bullish towards the daily resistance at the moment. Okay, I only trade Euro, USD, and gold. Yeah, that's good, that's good. You can actually focus on one pair or two pairs only and trade on these. Because each market has different patterns. I used to trade only USD JPY when I first traded Forex in Japan, because I found lots of resources about USD JPY pair in Forex. It's rare to find other informations, and most of the traders analyze and trade USD JPY in Japan, so that's why I was the one also. And I mastered to trade USD JPY first. I found unique patterns, repeating patterns, and working patterns, and fundamental news relations. I got all this information and knowledge, wisdom from USD JPY. And then I've added Euro. So then I traded Euro USD, USD JPY, and Euro JPY. And I expanded more knowledge, more wisdom, and then I've added more pairs, more currencies. Then I have these 21 pairs on my watch list, which approved my strategy KTS works out of 100 trades, which I mentioned also yesterday's video in Forex Tester Online. Backtesting is very important. Without backtesting, I would never know how I can be successful like this in the long term. Okay, Tony Gold, good to see you. Thank you very much. And Tej, good to see you too. Nuno, good to see you too. Donald, good to see you. Thank you for joining as well. All right. Kendan, good to see you too. Thank you very much for joining. Uchiha says, hi Kei, in your performance video from April to June, you started with an amount of 1 million and ended with 16 profit. But in the July performance, you also started with an amount of 1 million. And how is it possible? Because every month I reset to 1 million. That's why I don't keep the account, because if my account is getting bigger and bigger, it's risky for me. So I reset 1 million every month. That's why. Okay, Nuno, pound USD waiting for daily bounce. Okay, pound USD. Oh, I covered it today. Let me see. Daily bounce. Here's a daily chart. Here, you mean the bounce on this support level, 1.3139. Okay, let price braiding in the beginning of the month, and to see how 2 weeks ago bearish hammer will play out. Oh yeah, okay. Let's see. Right, so the price, I think, for initially, I think the price goes towards 1.3359 area. Or to be more precise, it could be like 1.3366, but around this area will be the target for now, where the Tenkan-sen is also. So once the market reaches there, then let's see if it bounces and go down or retrace to the Kumo. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Ichimoku Trader says, pound Swiss franc daily shows stable downtrend, Kumo, long and thick, and Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen down, Chikou span below candles. Right, yeah, that's also downtrend. Definition, as per my strategy KTS. Yes, Tomato, hi master, is there a specific rule condition for when to draw the forecast line in Ichimoku? At what point does it become valid or meaningful to draw? Forecast lines do work when the market starts to retrace. So whenever the market retraces, you can use the forecast lines. But there are also actually specific way to draw and specific timings to draw also. And I teach these in Ichimoku Advanced Community. But forecast lines itself are very powerful. Yeah, they are really like a powerful tool to capture retracement, especially higher time frames, like weekly, monthly time frames, or even daily time frame. When the market retraces, you can check the forecast lines and how it has been retracing all the way. Yep. All right, Gabby, good to see you. Thanks for joining. And Axie, good to see you too. And Gan, good to see you too. Thanks for joining as well. All right. BTC daily maybe see Chikou span trace. Right, Chikou span is almost touching on the Bitcoin. Okay, Nuno says, can you analyze DXY please? Sure, let me see. DXY was bearish before when I checked it a few days ago. But after NFP, let me see. I haven't checked that one. Usually I don't check DXY to trade Forex. Okay, yeah, so that was bearish few days ago, and looks like after that the market broke the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, and Kumo breakout on the 31st of July, and the market retraced within the Kumo. Right, so this is now becoming range. If the market closes above the Kumo again, then that could be the start of the new bullish trend. But if it closes below the Kumo, then it may come down to the descending trend line again. So in this case, you have to wait and see which way the Kumo breaks again. But let me check weekly time frame. Okay, weekly time frame is now becoming range because the price broke the Tenkan-sen bullish last week. So the market maybe trace to the previous resistance. Actually, it did last week. The market retraced to the previous support level of 100.2 last week, and now it's there was a long wick. Looks like the strong resistance over here. So yeah, from here, I think the market ranges. The market goes sideways from here. But if this week, if the market closes above the Tenkan-sen like last week, then I think it's gradually test the resistance and eventually goes towards the Kijun-sen. Yeah, DXY seems like it's now becoming bullish to me. But it's difficult. It's difficult to analyze on this one. Okay, Rustly, good to see you. And Tsu-en, good to see you too. Thank you for joining. He says, if there are 4 JPY pair, for example, AUD JPY, USD JPY, Pound JPY, Euro JPY, trending at the same time, which one do you pick and what the reason? Do you trade at all? I don't trade all, first of all. I only pick one to trade. So if there are multiple trending pairs at the same time, then I do check many multiple things. The Kumo thickness and the Chikou span situation, the price action, and I also check the currency strength chart. If you can check my monthly trade performance, then you know how I trade, enter, exit. And if you want to master my strategy, exactly which one to pick, then you're always welcome to join KTS Master Community. In there, I share exactly how to select the best market. Usually when, let's say, one of the JPY pairs trends, then the other JPY trends at the same time, usually. Because it's all about currency pairs. So then I check and select the best one to trade. Okay, Kijun-sen bounce, okay. Daniel, a lot of time the Fibonacci works nicely with the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen as a retracement. Right. Kijun-sen is actually the 50% level for the last 26 candles. And Tenkan-sen is the 50% level for the last 9 candles, high and low. So yeah, Fibonacci sometimes matches with the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. Not only the 50% line of the Fibonacci, but also any other lines. Let's say 23.6% can match with the Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen for 50%, for example. Yeah, they match quite well, nicely. Okay. Yeah, why is it risky for you if you don't reset your account 1 million? Because I don't want to have too much big account in the Forex broker. That's why. I don't want to have more than 1 million on their account. Okay, Tomato says, Master, can a forecast line be drawn on just one candle retracement, like if the candle break the low of the previous candle without breaking the high, or it needs multiple candles break low? I need to check the market, depends on the situation. For example, for this one, DXY weekly time frame, I would draw the forecast lines because it has been retracing and now it's above the Tenkan-sen. But only one candlestick retracement, you don't want to draw the forecast lines because you may have too many forecast lines along the way. So whenever you see the more deeper retracement, that's when you draw the forecast lines. But again, if you want to master, you can always join Ichimoku Advanced Community. I get more details about this. Okay. Yeah. Right. I covered Dow Jones. I didn't cover Dow Jones, but I covered the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is now weekly. Last week was a retracement, but it's above the Tenkan-sen. So weekly basis is bullish, but daily broke the Kijun-sen bearish. So I think the price for now comes down to Kumo and bounce and goes up. Chikou span is almost touching. Sometimes Chikou span supported by the candlesticks. So if the Chikou span doesn't break the candles, then the price may bounce before it reaches Kumo. So yeah, overall is bullish to me still on this Nasdaq. Okay, Marcin says, hi Kay, do you trade in KTS only with weekly trend or disregarding this with the daily 4-hour when there are trending opposite direction? I follow either daily or 4-hour time frames. So in that case, I disregard the weekly direction. Usually when weekly is trending, then I see daily 4-hour trending too. If not, then I don't really trade. So if let's say the trends are contradicting, let's say weekly trending up, but daily 4-hour down, that's tricky market. So I tend to stay away from these markets. I don't really trade. Usually the market becomes choppy, and it's not really ideal. So I prefer to choose other pairs to trade, if that's the case. Yeah, selecting the best pair is really important. You cannot really trade any markets whenever, just because it's trending, you cannot trade. You have to select the best timing, best market, and best momentum to trade. Okay, Nuno, you're welcome. Thank you very much for the comment. Okay, Max, hi Sensei, just checking in. You mentioned you'd reveal your new entry strategy from gold trade after your monthly performance video. Any plans? Yes, I cover it in KTS Master Community. Yes, I will cover it. I will make the video and explain. And this is actually new way of entries. I started explain this in KTS Master, no, Ichimoku Advanced Community, sorry. In Ichimoku Advanced Community, I cover this one. Yes, this is more like a swing trading style, more long-term than KTS. Gian says, any suggestions for one market trending style through Ichimoku will be highly appreciated. One market trending style. It's really simple. If you want to trend follow strategy, then you can first, maybe one single would be Tenkan-sen or Kijun-sen bounce. Like for this one, the market has been above the Kijun-sen, so you follow, you buy anytime until the market breaks the Kijun-sen bearish, which happened on last Friday. So that's the basic idea of the Ichimoku. So I think that's the very easy one to follow. And that's exactly what I did on gold. I followed the trending markets until it breaks the Kijun-sen. Yes, that's really simple and powerful at the same time. Okay, Uchiha, you're welcome. And Marcin, you're welcome too. Yes, it will be covered in KTS community. Yes, I cover the gold trade in KTS Master Community. Yes. And if I trade in the future, in the long term, I will also cover it as well. Yes. Yeah, Gian, you're welcome. So yeah, overall, seems like there was a high impact at the NFP last Friday, but that means we may see some new turn direction and new market momentum, which we can always follow, towards the new directions. But to do that, we have to wait for the exact timing, and hopefully you're able to see these timings on today's forecast. And tomorrow on Mondays, I do the KTS complete weekly forecast for the KTS Master Community members. So if you want to learn more exactly which one to pick during the week, then you're always welcome to join. Or if you want to master Ichimoku original strategies like forecast lines or Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen crosses, bounces, or Chikou span, time cycles, or Kyushu Ashi, then you're always welcome to join Ichimoku Advanced Community. We have now like 3 communities to join. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And until I see you next time, please stay healthy, stay safe, and stay gold. Bye for now. またね。Thank you very much.